And then I noticed the badge, like you said, Queen's Park. So again, that badge has a resemblance to a certain flag.
Yeah,
talk to me about that.
So this, like, since the club started, and the club's had like different names since its inception, but I think the very first setup that the club had, the shirt was literally a Palestinian flag. It was, you know, in the colours of the Palestinian flag. So Queen's Park Crescent's always been, you know, very supportive of, you know, the Palestinian cause. And over the years, you know, that's taken shape in different representation. We had a Sunday League team 2 years ago, won the league, won the cup. And in the cup final, you know, the flags came out, and we celebrated as a team, and the community back in Queen's Park as well is, I don't think in terms of local football I've ever seen a community back in like that. I know London's slightly different to our, you know, village neck of the woods, but certainly in Bedfordshire, that area.
Have you ever received any backlash? Because the only reason why I ask is because there's certain people out there who might say, "Oh, mixing politics with football, that sort of things."
You're always going to get that, man. You're always going to get, and I think we're diving straight into, you know, these kind of topics, which is good, to be honest with you, because it's got to be spoken about. But I think in football, in and of itself, it's difficult because
where do you draw the lines? Because again, like, politics has always been involved in football.
100%.
Like, in terms of, like, look at the poppy, for example.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's always been there.
Exactly.
And we pay our respects to the people that we've lost over the years. But then it comes a certain time where, okay, enough is enough. Is that what they're trying to say? But why is it one rule for one and then one rule for another?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Is one human life more important than the other? Like, I'm quite happy to back all causes. Do you know what I mean? So as long as everybody has the opportunity to show solidarity to their cause at the end of the day. But yeah, the game itself is like, whenever you try to mix anything that's not, you know, used to being mixed into the game, it's almost like a very sacred, you know?
I mean, like taking the knee, for example. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Obviously welcomed by a lot of people, but at the same time, boos rung out in certain stadiums, or online people will say, you know, why is politics being mixed again with football? But then again, I'll revert back to what I said before in terms of the poppy. You know, that's politically involved in football.
Yeah.
So again, if we're going to do one, then we should encompass all of it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, yeah.
And that's the beauty of the game as well. You know, you could take a football to any corner of the world and not understand the language in that particular place or whatever, but, you know, kicking that ball is the language. Do you know what I mean? You could turn up anywhere. And like, I got plans over the next year or two. Hopefully we'll, you know, get on a plane and try and hit some of these pitches and get some content out there. But football's a universal language in and of itself. Do you know what I mean? So we should promote these things. Do you know what I mean? We should promote equality, solidarity, and everybody being able to speak their voice in the game, in my opinion, for sure.
No, I fully believe that. So again, what leads you up to now where you're now plastering yourself online and getting pelters and giving it back?
Pelters left, right and centre, you know. Do you know what it is? I've done content creation in like different shapes and forms over the years, like for many, many years. I always wanted to do something in football, but the problem that, like, when I was thinking about it, I thought, nobody cares about local football. Nobody cares about Sunday League. Like, if I put this stuff out there, who's going to watch it, basically, And then I started to see a lot of grassroots content, you know, on social media. I saw a lot of stuff you're putting out, you know. There's a local podcast, shout out to the Bedfordshire Football Podcast. These guys started doing content, you know, they're doing like weekly roundups of the games and all of that stuff. And people, you know, they buy into it. Like, people love grassroots football. They love it. And like, we're not here for the quality of the game. Let's be real. Because
we're here for the entertainment. People.
That exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what it's about. It's the entertainment value. So,
and also the relatability, because again,
100%.
Your man who plays centre forward for your local team, he might not be any good, but he's good banter. He's good. He's a good crack. So again, you want to be able to relate to him over a Harry Kane, or do you know what I mean? Like, these players, you can't really relate to them, because I've never played at Harry Kane's level. I can play at Grassroots John's level.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it was for me. So there's a lot of elements of the game that, you know, we don't see or we're not privy to. Like, when you're watching a Premier League game or whatever on the TV, you're watching passing, shooting, you know, the tactical side of the game. But when the ball goes dead, players talk between themselves and, you know, they get in each other's heads.
Or
and
they do all that sort of stuff
yeah,
now.
Yeah, and they're covering their mouths and they're
Yeah.
saying all sorts, you know what I mean? So, like, that's the whitewashed version of the game. We're just there for the product, for the elite football.
Yeah.
But the grassroots version of the game is a beautiful thing. Yeah? And, like, there's a lot of elements that I wanted people to see. And I thought, do you know what? If we could get this and we can capture it and put it out there, let's see how it goes. So then we started last season, and it was just little clips, match highlights, like nothing too special. And then then we started putting some more time into it and catching a few nibbles. And
you got some big nibbles, boy. Seriously. Even the one most recently, what was that team you played in blue?
Oh, Flitwick. We played against Flitwick. Yeah. I like Flitwick. Great setup, Flitwick. And this is the thing as well, like, grassroots football too is built by, you know, it's built by the people, built by local communities.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do it because we get paid for it or anything like that. We do it because we love the game.
And again, it's also like our escape away from real life, isn't it? Like,
exactly.
You might do that boring 9 to 5, and then on the weekend it's your time just to kind of relax and
let off a bit of steam.
Yeah.
Get in each other's faces, you know, shout, pretend like you're, you know,
Billy Big Balls.
That's it.
for 90 minutes.
And then you shake hands at the end and you walk off. And that's what some people watching don't understand. You know, they're like, oh, but they never do anything. It's like, well, that's
the whole
game,
thing, like,
isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think people who are involved in grassroots, like, they obviously understand. But yeah, man, it's all part and parcel. It's all part of the beautiful game at the end of the day.